Excellent. Welcome, people. Welcome, people. I am back with another Zoom. It's like a homework session for the students and for anyone in the general public that just wants to basically learn some of the basics of Forex or ask me any type of question and answers. Well, any type of questions, and I'll have the answers to hopefully give them if they need some help in terms of Forex. Now, what I would like to put first is all the type of promotional stuff and things like that. If you would like to learn more about whatever I'm going to teach in here, then you can just hit me up in my Discord group. I have an open Discord group right over here. You can get into the general section where I am posting, as you can see, charts. And of course, these are profits I've made, and there'll be more information and stuff like that. You can see other people that are trying to either practice trading or trades I have actually called out myself. There's another section in here called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Don't be a jammy person and come in here and start taking charts and put it somewhere else. If you want to take any trade setups, I will put them in here. It's only if I see them valid enough. If not, then I wouldn't really put it there. I wouldn't see no need for me to put the trades in there. So I don't put them in there every single day. But like I said, when I do see a setup that seems to be good enough, maybe I've already entered it twice myself and probably even lost twice. By the third time, I'm like, okay, this looks like a great, setup. I might therefore then put it in here. So it's not something I do every day, every week, even if I don't have to, if I don't see anything. But if I do see something that people can make money from, I'll put it in here. And the last one was GBP CHF. There was a few of them actually from the last Zoom call I did. So it's all of these ones here, so everyone can see. So there was GBP CHF 250 pips, actually went about 300 pips. There was US 30, which was 500 points or 500 pips, you can call it whichever way you want to put it. There was gold, it dropped more than this. It dropped 1,000 pips off that exact level that I said last time, which was 1997. It dropped more than 1,000 pips from that level now. GBP USD was looking at a buy, it went about 90 pips and then it reversed and obviously did its 1,000 pip drop, wherever it's trying to do now. And then there's supposed to be Euro GBP. Sorry, is it Euro GBP or Euro USD? Yeah, Euro GBP actually bought up about 75 pips or more as well. So yeah, that's that section there. Like I said, if you want to find out any more information about getting into VIP services or mentorship or stuff like that, I have what I like to call Neo the Indicator, which gives me alerts on the way I trade. I trade break and retest from higher time frames. And like I've said, Neo will give you an alert when there's a probability of a trade entry. They're based on levels. Level 1 is a more shorter term trade. Level 2 is a bit longer. And level 3 is more of a swing trade. So you can say there's scalping, intraday, and then swing trading, basically. Those are the different level trades that Neo provides. There is a standalone service which doesn't come with any take profit levels if you just want to use it based on whatever other indicators you might have. So you'll get an alert on Telegram. It's not an indicator that goes on your chart. It's a Telegram alert. It just pops up as a picture. So buy or sell this pair. You can obviously use the standalone version, which is monthly payment. You can use that with whatever setup you've got. If it, if this trade that appears as well in confluence with what you do, then that can work for some traders. That one there, you won't get Zoom calls, anything like that. It's just a straight trade that just gets sent to you. You'll be in a VIP group in Telegram to get that. Then there's a secondary VIP group for all the people that have the VIP Discord area access as well. And also on Telegram, in that group, I put take profit levels for the trades. These are trades I'm looking to take myself as well, the majority of them. I mainly take level 2 and level 3 trades, but I can also take level 1 trades as well. But my main focus is level 2. My absolute main focus is level 3 trades. Those are the highest probability, but they don't happen every day, being swing trades. And it's a monthly payment as well, but I do Zoom calls on Tuesday, 10 a.m. London time, Thursday, 10 a.m. London time, around that time. And then I also do them on Sunday, which is a recap of the whole market, what it did through the whole week and what it can do going forward for the week. So that's what I usually do. And we go through our pairs continuously. We just do this every single week. So we try and get all of that sorted. So payments at the moment are through PayPal, Skrill, and BTC USD. So anything from that. Most people have PayPal anyway, so they just sort it out from there. And yeah, that's all the good stuff out of the way. Now let's get into some of the questions or anything like that people need to ask. So does anybody have any questions for me first and foremost? I'll start right there. Any questions? Don't be shy. Just ask away. Let's go Somebody said something. Okay, yeah. Cool. Nobody's got no questions so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some pairs we're looking at. So yeah, thoughts on GJ. I'm looking at GJ sell, so that's what I'll do. I'm just going to go into some of the majors. So GJ, this is what I did from the almost 2 weeks ago now on Friday, where I was given an analysis on GJ and what it can actually do. Of course, it still did continue to buy up some more to another level up here. But I was looking at, you know, if the market did respect this level, we would have been looking at a continuation of a sell back down. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to remove all of this off the chart and I'm going to show you how to do simple price action. So you're going to see a lot of my YouTube videos nowadays are going to just be based like this. And the main reason is because, you know, I've been having a chat with a lot of people and people are understanding it as well, that what I'm going to show you here is better to trade with whatever you are already trading. Now, of course, if you do start making money like this, it'd be nice for you to, obviously, if you put credits, you know, to myself, and you can put a picture in the Forex testimonial section in my Discord. Hello, my friend. Hello, Axel. So the testimonial section is just right over here. So if you go here in my Discord, there is a Forex testimonials, and you just give me a shout out here, post whatever profits you want for the day as well. So we'll go back to GJ and let's start with it. So we go over to the monthly time frame first. We don't waste no time. We go straight into it. My whole idea of how I'm actually doing these markups is I use candle bodies instead of wicks, because if you start using the wicks and the candle bodies, you've got too many levels that you have all over your chart. We don't want a messy chart. We want a nice, clean chart. So when I go over to the monthly time frame, I might just do a wick if it's obviously a candle like this. So it's the last candle here, and we can see how price action kind of is here. So I could just do it here, but to make it cleaner for the video, we're just going to go off for the monthly time frame. So the last time the monthly time frame actually sold was from this level here. So this was most definitely this area here, a level of support or resistance. It was a resistance level because you can even see it was an old support because the market sold down, bought back up, stopped there, and then sold down. So it was a level of support, but because price action is underneath this level right here, sorry, here is a level of resistance. So I have all my stuff already saved. I'm just going to go over here. I'm just going to double click on this. And then what I'm going to do is just go into a monthly resistance level. So monthly resistance, and then I'm just going to go there. Simple. And then I'm looking for a monthly support. So I don't need to go all the way down here because price will take far too long to get to that level. No need for me to do that. So my monthly support will be based here. Let's just zoom in, here, right over here. You can see, and then I'm just going to go to a monthly support. I wanted to ask if you are familiar with systematic indices, for example. Boom. I don't trade none of those, by the way. So if anybody is also, I have no idea about any of that. I came across the M1 strategy that seemed quite well represented. Nah, I don't trade none of that, mate. I don't lie to you. I don't trade none of it. And you gotta be careful with that 1 minute trading, mate. You gotta be careful. Careful. Don't blow up your account, man. So we can see here there's a monthly resistance level here, there's a monthly support level here. Let's go down to a weekly chart. Yeah, those low time frames are dangerous, me. So now when we go down to a weekly chart, we're going over to the left to see if we see any levels here. We can see the market had stopped here. So we can already see there's a level here of possible resistance on the weekly chart. We can see because the market came down from here. So we're just going to do this. And then we're just going to put this here. And then we're just going to go weekly. Weekly resistance. And then we're just going to go to OK. So now when we go over to here, what do we see already? So the market has already broke through this level, which is great because now the market's underneath this level currently. This week, that's what actually happened. So we can actually call this a resistance. It's not a support. That's perfect for us. We don't have to worry about that too much. We can even do this now, to be fair. So we could have had that level there. If not, if you want to make it more closer, this is only because of the last 2 weeks. You can put it right here, which is fine for you. So you don't even have to put that there. We can go down other time frames to probably find support and resistance in this area. And this is only because of the way the market had formed this rejection candle now. When I did it before, there wasn't this rejection candle here. So again, your resistance level on the body of the candle right there for the rejection and the continuation of the sell. So already that would have been able to catch you just to sell on this pair just based on that weekly resistance level, but we'll continue to go down to make it better for you so you can see this. So let's see what I'm going to do here. Now we're going to just put a weekly support here, even though there's a monthly support down there. Still going to put a weekly support here just for the fact we can see the buy off this level here. And this is what I'm showing you now. I know some people might have seen this already, but if you haven't, I'm going over it again. And if you haven't entirely, then you're in a point where you really need to pay attention to this, because like what the gentleman said there, you see straight away, he was like, no, I'm not trying to dig at you or anything, but he was like 1 minute chart, do all this stuff. But people don't understand, even if you trade the 1 minute chart, draw your support and resistance on your higher time frames, it will make you money. I'm telling you, what I'm showing you here will make you money. If you don't over leverage, and you keep your leverage low and you actually pay attention to what I'm saying here, you actually start to make long-term consistency. You're not going to win every trade. No, there's no point in trying to win every trade in Forex. Trust me, it's pointless. You're just fighting you're constantly trying to go uphill and there's no top to the hill. Literally, just don't do that to yourself. So we can see here is a weekly support, boom, right over there. That's great for us. Now I'm going to go down to my daily time frame and see if I can see anything on a daily time frame here. So when I'm seeing to the left over here, I can see some type of daily level of support here because the market has bought up past this level now. So I'm just going to go here. In fact, I'll even do it underneath just to make it better for you. So here is better. So I'll do this daily level of support. Daily level of support. So I don't expect you to be perfect at this straight away. It might take some time, but you'll get better and better at it if you do it. But I assure you, do this on any single chart, you'll thank me. Within 3 months, you'll say, John, thank you very much. If it's not before then. Daily resistance up here. So we've got daily level of support here, daily level of resistance there. Yeah. Let's see what we've got now. So right now we can already see straight away, this is what it's showing us. And just based on how I just did these markups for you now, you can see that price is obviously trapped in this zone. So for price to do something, we need it to break out of this alleged zone here, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. Yeah. Cool. So now we're going to go down to a 4-hour chart. And we're going to look for more levels. So what can we see here on a 4-hour chart? So on a 4-hour chart, we can see that there's a level of resistance over here. Right here. And then look, just based off of this level of resistance over here, look how you would have been able to catch a possible entry into a trade over here in the future, because this wouldn't have existed. Remember? So people can see people can see that I'm not just cherry picking and I'm not just saying things for no reason. Obviously, that's not exactly a massive trade right now to sell, but just the idea of it. So you would have come to the chart, you would have drawn this 4-hour level of resistance before. I'm just using the replay tool, and you can see what the market's doing here. Boom, retest straight on that level. You could have entered straight on that retest. And then this is a 170 pip trade. So I don't know what more to say on that right there, man. It's a 170 pip trade. So of course, let's get rid of this now. Too many shortcut bars on my computer. Cool. So that's that. And now we're just gonna continue to look to see what we see happening right now. So really, we've gone all the way down to the 4-hour, and that's as far as you really need to go. You don't need to start going down to the 1 hour and stuff like that. I would say if you're going to use the 1-hour chart, start using it for stop losses. So if I was to go to like a 1-hour chart now, and I was going to enter on this level over here, I'm looking for a stop loss. So I can see that there was market structure just previously over here. So my stop loss could have been above this lower high right over here. So here was a lower high in the market right there, and I could have put my stop loss above this level right here. So I'd call this a 1-hour stop loss. And then my idea of my trade would be to take this trade from here, short, to here. So I'm doing all of this first so you can understand how I would trade it. So imagine I'm going on that level, stop loss above here. Now getting in without a confirmation of a rejection candle is more dangerous. But again, it's about winning and losing trades. If you've got a good risk to reward ratio, you can do stuff like this. So this was it was telling me that this is a possible almost 6. So it's a 5.9 risk to reward ratio trade. Yeah. So now I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, if I'm going to take this trade, I can possibly move 6 spaces forward in terms of making money. So me putting a stop loss there is not exactly a big issue. It's okay for me to basically be able to do that and enter this trade straight away, because I can lose this trade 5 times. Yeah. So I can lose this trade 4 times and still, well, almost 5 times basically, and still win on the 6th attempt if I catch another 1 to 6 basically trade. Sorry, give me a second, people. Hello, people. I am back. Imagine that. Almost burnt the house. See, that's how much I love you guys, how dedicated I am. Cooking and doing Forex. Everything's all good. Thanks, John. I caught some pips, 100 pip drop. No problem at all. Yeah, no, that's nice and clean. So yeah, this is what we're basically expecting on GJ from how it's set up here. It can continue to obviously sell down to this level, but it might not. It could reject. So when you do get into trades like this, you need to be ready to be able to manage your trade. The market right now is very unsafe. And what I mean by that is that you could be in a position here where the market does obviously sell down, but then you can see right now, it looks like it, it's creating a lower high, to be fair. So let's just see here. So it is creating a lower high right here. So I was telling you that it could continue to push down. But if you do see the market breaking through this lower high, so let's just get rid of this quickly. If you see the market going back through this level, it's either going to retest off this level again, or it's going to break, obviously, and continue to go back up. So you have to see what you can take off of it. And again, this was like the gentleman said, he caught almost 100 pips off of it. This was 100 pips here. So it's not too bad. You could have took partial profits, put a break even here, try to take you out with your break even, or you could have let it run, let your stop loss here. So even if you it hits your stop loss, you still made 100 odd pips on this trade for a 60 pip stop loss. So you still would have been up in profits, basically, if you wanted to leave it to run to see what it does. So that is literally what you could have done there. Yeah, on that setup. Anybody got any other questions for me? I believe I did cover it. Yeah, literally like that. And this one. For someone who is a day trader, what do you think is a good strategy? What I'm showing you right now. Trust me. Too many people, they blow past what I'm showing you right now. And I'm telling you, this is gold dust. I know enough people are going to show you what I'm showing you right now. Use this and trade whatever you trade. Doesn't matter if you trade a 30-second time frame. Use what I'm telling you here, because regardless what you trade, you always know you're supposed to trade off of key levels in the market. This is giving you key levels. So it doesn't matter whatever way you're trying to trade or you was doing before, just use this. This is a strategy in itself. It's price action. So literally, this is what you should be trading. There's nothing, there's no fancy ways of anything, because too many, you see what happens a lot of time. This is why I said I'm getting rid of using a lot of indicators on my YouTube channel, and even the Neo indicator that gives alerts to the VIPs. It's very clean. It's a simple setup. It doesn't have to be something fancy on your chart. Do you understand what I mean? For you to be able to enter a trade. A lot of people are looking for fancy stuff, and you don't need that, man. You just need price to be at a level. And what's it going to do? Is it going to buy or is it going to sell? It's literally that simple. That is literally, I kid you not, my friend. Like literally, if you just keep it that simple, my friend Malcolm, if you keep it that simple, you'll make money. The problem what people have here time and time again, and this is when the market was coming in this week. So this is even how we were looking at the market. So the market actually started from here. So yeah, it started from here. And then look how you could even call this breakout on it. So it started from here. You saw this, and then there's a breakout of this 4-hour resistance level. So it would have been a 4-hour support before, most likely. And then it broke out through this level. You could have entered straight away with your stop loss, again, just above here. And then if you did that, this was how many pips from here? So you would have gotten here, and this was 300 pips. Again, so look how you could easily have traded like this. This is what people keep. They're too much trying to have a high win rate, and that's not realistic trading in Forex. People don't understand. A lot of successful people have like a 30 to 50% win rate at max. Nobody has this fantastic 90% win rate every single time they trade. And this is it's a fugazi. I said that last time. It's fabrication. They don't have it. It's not that you can't get times when the market gives you that. Yes, you definitely can. I've had 100% win rates before in the market, but I'm not crazy to think that, oh, I'm going to get 100% win rate every single time I trade. Not possible. Like right now, between March and April, my win rate's gone crazy low. It's gone from 100 from that February all the way down to like maybe 40%. It's insane. I'm telling you, people. But of course, it makes sense when we've got, unfortunately, a war at play between what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. So it makes perfect sense why my win rate will probably go down, because there is so much volatility, spikes in the market. Especially, I'm a swing trader, so the market is not holding new trends. It's failing to create new trends basically at the moment. So again, you'd have been able to make this beautiful trade over there. So anybody got any other questions based on anything really, just let me know. But if it's strategy based, I'll tell you to definitely stick to this. There's no point trying to add 100 different things to try and trade. The more you add to trading, the more you're making it complicated for yourself. I'm telling you. Like this literally don't. This was the easiest way to even look for something. Engulfing candle, breakthrough, just engulfing candle, best way. You can even see off of here, engulfing candle off of this level here, this daily support. So you could have even caught this buyback all the way up here for 400 pips. Then the same week, you could have caught a 300 pip sell, and you could have caught a 300 pip, a 400 odd pip buy. Now, again, it's not going to happen like this every single time. But if you take your chances in this, try and trade what I'm telling you here 50 times in a row. See what happens. I guarantee you'll make money. I guarantee you. Anybody got any other questions? Or I'll go to another pair and break it down if you don't have any questions. All right, let's go to GBP USD. It's pagan. Yep. Hello, my friend. You got a question? No question? All right, cool. Let's see. All right. I like to call this is a Judas, this pair. It tried to Judas me. So yeah, this was a drop. Wasn't even a normal drop. And this is what I'm saying about no new trends. I'm expecting price to obviously clear as day, do a rejection, continuation, a reversal for a buy here. But then this is what happens. It's just going to happen sometimes. So lucky enough, I've had my breakout here, my retest here, tried to get in, was able to at least get up to it was about 70 pips. Then I put a break even whilst it was selling, and I saw price wasn't continuing to go up because it was rejecting structure. Then I started to tell everybody that, you need to pay attention to what GU is doing at the moment, because, and this was around about 4 a.m. in the morning, so around Asian session. I knew that London session had high impact news. So I know some people would have been in the trade because it was a free call out. And I started telling them that, pay attention to what the market's doing, because I'm not sleeping right now. I'm paying attention to my chart. So if I'm up, you need to be up, man. Don't think money comes off of trees. Don't come off of trees. So, and then what happened, obviously here, the market reversed and then went back down to break the level. And as soon as it broke this level, you can even see how strong this level was. It had to use this huge high impact news candle, broke that level. And even if you entered from there, win or lose, stop loss, just literally above the last candle breakout. That was a 500 pip sell. You could have caught there. I look at everything, mate. I look at absolutely everything. I trade something in VIP, what I like to call the circle of pips. So basically, the circle of pips for me is it's a technique I trade basically. So I only trade pairs when they're high or they're low. This is what I'll do, and then I wait for my break and my retest. And the circle of pips is, well, it's not here. Let me see if I can get better. Here's a better example of it. So let's do this. This is what I call the circle of pips here. So you can see this right over here. And this is something I would have traded. So you can see straight away price was at a high. I found it for its break. It broke out, retest, caught the sell. Then it was at a low. It broke out, retest, and then I caught the buy, literally. That's what I do. That's how I trade. It's not no hidden secret or anything like that. I have methods of breaking this down more, which I say, obviously I put that into mentorship and that's what I teach people, but the method is not going to make you start making perfect wins in these trades. I still perfectly so lose trades just like everybody else. That is why I trade. The best thing that happens with mentorship, which is I tell people, it's not the fact that you're going to start getting some secret sauce on how to trade. No, it's what it is it gets your psychology and everything in check, because I'm speaking to you on a daily basis and I'm giving you these type of Zoom calls 3 times a week. And then we're always looking at constant moving charts, which obviously I'm not doing with the general group at the moment. Maybe in the near future, I'll just be doing lives and, you know, in the session or whatever. But for now, it's all a mentorship because my life doesn't dictate for me to be able to just be, you know, on a live call every single day, basically, and stuff like that. But in the future, no problem at all. Might be something I'll do. I'll see how it goes. I'll see. But yeah, this is literally what I do. So I call it the circle of pips, and I've got every single pair marked up. So I have different pairs on different tags, basically. So you see all these different tags. So I have different colors for when price is getting into position. So when price is at a certain position, it'll be one color tag. When it's now it's already done its breakout, it'll be another tag color. Where by the time it's about to do its by the time it's done its breakout, it'll be another tag color. By the time we've entered, it'll be a third color, basically. And that's what I'll do. So as I'm going through the week, I know straight away to only look at my third color pairs for continuations on this trade. So any re-entries on these pairs. And then anything that is the second color means that I'm waiting for it to obviously do its breakout. So that might occur within that same week. I'm trading other pairs in their continuation. And it's literally just, I kid you not, it's just a circle. And I do that day in, day out for the, and I do it month in, month out to the end of the year, literally. And of course, some pairs will be in position, some won't. That's literally how I trade. Very simple. I don't actually read any trading books at the moment. I'm not saying I would do in future, but I don't actually. I heard trading in the zone is pretty good, but I don't actually read any trading books. Kid you not. The most I've done is there's something I've been doing in mentorship now, teaching people about psychology. Definitely so, but I don't. I'm more of a visual learner as well. I'm not really a person that's big on just reading loads of books. It's not that don't want to read books. I'm just a visual learner. So I just learn everything through seeing it. If I see it enough times, I'll pick it up quicker. And then, yeah, I'll just go with it. So I couldn't really recommend you too many books right now or anything like that. But like I said, trading in the zone is what I hear a lot of people talking about. They say it's the Forex Bible. So that might be a good book for you to read. Stuff like that, my friend. Anybody else got any other questions? Any questions? So let's go over to GU and see what it's doing right now. So let's go over to the monthly time frame quickly. So we'll go over to the monthly time frame. All right, zoom in. If you've got any questions, please just write them up. So I can answer them for you. Monthly time frame. So right now, to make life easier, this is what we do. Remove all the drawings. Don't overcomplicate your charts. It look too messy right now. I'm just going to do this. So I just remove all of it straight away and I start again. Where's my monthly level of support and resistance? I see that there's a monthly level right over here. I'm just going to do that. Monthly support. Boom. Go again. Where is my resistance level? Right over here. Monthly resistance level here. Boom. I'll check EU after this one. I do trade NASDAQ as well. I do. I trade NASDAQ, US 30, all of them. I trade them as well. but I don't trade them heavy. I'm getting back into them. I used to trade them a lot heavier when it was doing the correction from Corona. But now when it got to the highest point, it started acting really funny. And then now it dipped all the way back down again. Now I'm trying to catch the buys back up again, like the Corona correction. So it's just Corona correction 2.0, basically, I'm trying to catch right now. So that's that one there. So let's go down to the weekly time frame quickly. Let's do this nice and sweet. Weekly time frame, we go here. See there's a resistance here, weekly resistance. Weekly resistance is over here. Where's the weekly support? I don't need a weekly support right now. Price has stopped here. So I'm going to do one right over here because I can see the market stopped here, or it's stopping there. So if it continues to go back through, it is where it is. But just so I can see, because that space between here and here is quite far. It might just break it next week. Weekly support, we'll see. That's a weekly support. And then now let's go down to the daily chart. Let's see what we've got here. Daily resistance level is over here. Right over here, daily support level. Nope, don't need to really do anything. So, and now because it's done this massive impulse, there isn't really much, but this is good because what is the, oh, sorry, here's a daily support. And here's even how I caught this trade. You see, I actually caught this trade today because I saw it went down here close to, and I said, okay, let me make a daily support there. And then I'm like, okay, if it holds this level, then it can continue. If it breaks it, then obviously it'll go. And then it brought up a little bit on the lower time frames and I entered. I'll show you. Daily support here. Boom. Now let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour, you can start to see market structure. But you see, this is why you've got to do this. You can see how important this is when you start looking, going down time frames, you start seeing things. 4 hour resistance here. Now there's even, we don't have to really do that. Cool. So that's pretty much all I really need for now. Can't really see too much. Okay, there's a 4 hour. The weekly support, daily support, yeah, we'll leave it there because the weekly is stronger. So yeah, let's go down. So this is how I was able to catch this trade. So on the daily support, we can obviously, this is just a wick. It brought back in. So when I go down a lower time frame, I go down to like a 1 hour time frame. So the market came back to this level. Remember, this is a daily support. Came back into this level. Where is it? 29th. It started here. Sorry, yeah. So from the previous day, it came into this level, held this level on this daily support. And I said, okay, if it doesn't break back through this level, it's probably a continuation of a buy. Then I saw the market had done this, broke this level over here. So there was a level right here. So imagine I'm just paying it. This is a 1 hour chart. So 1, 2, 3 hours. 4th hour, it broke through. And then literally as it broke through here, I've gained an entry straight away here like this. And why I can gain an entry like this is because of how am I looking to trade? I'm just looking to get a nice, easy, simple trade. So I've only got like a 30 pip stop loss. And I said, okay, I'm going to try and take it up to this weekly level. And then I said, I'll leave it there. Then I saw it broke this weekly level and it continued to go. So now I'm up to here. So if it's gone here, that's great for me because now, obviously, if you go lower time frames, you start to see things you couldn't see before. So here's a 1 hour. Let's just do this 1 hour. Yeah, it's resistance. I swing trade majority of the time. I'm looking at a way for me to start probably day trading as well because of market conditions like what's happening now with the whole war business is affecting the way I swing trade. So I'm trying to look, but if I do day trade, I'm only going to be looking to day trade the indices. Basically, I'm not going to look to day trade currency pairs. I'm only going to look to do them. But I do swing trade. But just because I'm doing markups like this, it doesn't matter. You can still, as I'm showing you here, you can still take day trades off of this. You can take 15-minute entry trades off of this. You'll see what I'm saying when I break this down. So there was my 1 hour resistance. And then even if you wanted to come in on a 15-minute time frame off of that top-down analysis, this is why I say people underestimate the top-down analysis, how important it is, even if you're trying to day trade. So when we're day trading, what do we see here right now? We see that the market's broke through this level. Then when it came into Asian session, it broke out in Asian session. It came back to retest this level in Asian session. And you had an entry for a trade right here on a 15-minute time frame for 70 pips right there, 70 odd pips, literally. Clean trade. You didn't have to worry too much. Look even what happened here. So we're looking at the previous day. This was London session. We see the market had broke through this level, came back through this level here. So it was failing to break out here, finally broke out of this level here, which is the weekly support. Yeah, if it broke back through a weekly support, then there's a good chance that this can continue to go down. Obviously, we didn't have this level here marked. It probably would have been further down. So you might have had this level here. So you was looking to take a trade like this. So maybe 50 pips trade. If you're looking to take that, then you need like a 10 to 20 pip stop loss to take the trade back down to these lows over here. Would have made sense. So you'd have been looking to take a trade like that. It's either you're right or you're wrong. So your entry probably would have been here, basically. Sorry, so it would have been about 40 pips. So you'd have had about a 20 pip stop loss. So that's how you can day trade. There's nothing where you can literally do that off of these levels as well. Again, the only thing that you have to worry about is you're going to win and lose trades. What I would suggest, if you're day trading, then you need to definitely be looking to make your risk to reward ratio bigger. So you want to be taking trades like this. Well, this one isn't even the greatest. You want to start taking trades where you've got 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6 risk to reward, because that puts you in a position where if you're wrong, if they want to fake back out through these levels, you could be wrong X amount of times. But by the time you are right, guess what happens? You're going to actually make money now. And if you stick on like a 15-minute time frame, you're not really going to be wrong 4 times, 5 times if you've got a 1 to 4 risk to reward. Think about this, the common sense of this. If you set yourself up an idea of, I'm not going to be trying to enter a trade every 15 minutes if you're wrong, and you shouldn't be anyway, because remember, if you're wrong, that means the trade hit your stop loss. So that means the market would have to push the wrong way towards your stop loss, basically. So if you basically say to yourself that, okay, I'm going to enter, if it hits my stop loss, I'll look for another market structure touch, and then I'll re-enter again, or break like you saw here. Then realistically, you're probably going to be entering within any session twice, maximum maybe 3 times, but realistically probably only twice, because the market doesn't go to retest areas in 1 second. It will take time for it to do so. Look here, you can even see what's happening right now in this rejection as we're speaking. Market has broke through this level, and if you was a scalper for a trade, you would have been already 20 pips up right there, just getting in there. So you'd have been about 20, almost 20 pips up in this trade. You could have been looking to take it to this level here, and then of course just give yourself like a 10 pip stop loss. It's either it's going to win or it's going to lose, people. Don't worry too much about this whole thing of, I want to get the perfect trade, I want to get this. Again, if you've got a good risk to reward ratio, the higher your risk to reward, the more you can take trades not being entirely right all the time, and you'll still actually make money in Forex in the long term. So I hope that makes sense to people. So GU, what it looks like it's gearing up for, it looks like it's gearing up for a head and shoulders pattern right now. It looks like here's the left shoulder over here, just so people can understand what I'm doing. So here's the left shoulder over here. Here's the head over here. It looks like it's forming a possible right shoulder over here for a trade continuation. So it's going to do another touch to maybe this level here. If it holds on this weekly support, then we could be seeing price action holding here like this. And then we could be seeing basically a continuation of a trade going this way, all the way up here like this. So just give me 1 second, people. 1 second. Please get any of your questions ready for me. Please do. Okay, I'm back with you. Multitasking and teaching. You know how it goes. Yep. People, they like to be shy in the Zoom calls. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. You got to ask questions, man. You're not going to learn anything if you don't ask questions. You know what I mean? And I feel like some people are probably scared of, oh, the question might seem like a silly question. But if you're not aware of how to do something, then how can it be a silly question? You're not aware of how to do it. So it makes perfect sense. You're not an expert. You haven't been trading for 15 years, 20 years. So ask a question, man. Oh, yeah, that's it. EU. Okay, cool. Let's go check that. Where is EU? So we still have to pay attention to this. It might not do that, but if it does hold this level, then we could be looking for that. EU. Let me just do this right here again. All right, cool. Let's go check EU. So it's the same setup. You just do this. So now more than likely EU is probably going to bounce off this level. It's not impossible. I mean, euros are being affected the most by the war right now. So you can't quote me on that for sure, for sure. Now for around 3 weeks now, just as a mental break, taking some losses and sort my education out. Yeah, I would say you want to probably get back in about May, but when it starts getting closer to June, July, the charts are going to be funny again, because what happens is the chart actually compresses. So pairs have an ADR, which is an average daily range, yeah? And it's amount of pips a pair can move in a certain day. It doesn't mean it has to move within that exactly, but it can move around about that. People use an ATR as well to check different things, but I use an ADR to understand how much pairs can actually move in a day. And you'll notice that when it gets into quiet periods like Christmas, summer, etc., the ADR shrinks. So therefore price action is going to move a lot less, basically. So if you try and get back in at that time, it's good because the market will be slower if you want to analyze the market and see what's going on. But if you want to actually look for, nice, decent pushes in the market, you won't see a lot of them coming into June, July, and maybe parts of August. It usually gets back around about September, October. All of a sudden, boom, you're going to see all these massive like buys like you see the JPYs doing, stuff like that. What did you make? What the market say? Yeah, I'll go check that out. Got a bit down over 900. Yeah, I'll go check US 30 in a minute. Let me just check this one here for everyone. I've already got a markup on US 30, so that should be fine. Monthly support. So we've got monthly support here. We've got I'm not going to do one all the way up there because it's kind of crazy. It's not going to go all the way back up there today. So we do a monthly resistance here. Right here, and then let's go down to our weekly chart. See what we got. We've got a weekly resistance here. Let's do the highest candle. Weekly support anywhere. We've got another one here. So ideally, we can call this. We'll leave that for now. Let me go down the time frame and then I'll see what's going on. So yeah, see, this is why I'm going to go down the time frame. Jump in. So we've got another daily resistance here. Daily resistance here. Let's go back to the 4 hour. See what we got. We've got multiple 4 hour levels of resistance here. So we've got a 4 hour level of resistance here. Let's go here, resistance. And then we can just clone this a few times. We've got one there, clone this, put this here. We've got another one here. And then clone this again. And we've got another one here, right there, most likely. So yeah, this is what it's looking like on EU right now. We're already seeing the market pulling away from this level. I mean, it is showing us some type of breakout even here, technically, but it's failing to break out. So this is what happened. Is at this level here. This was a 4 hour resistance level, basically, and here. And what it's done from this level, you see it broke, it fell back down again. So if you did take this buy from, you know, this 4-hour candle close, the stop loss obviously had to be below this low. It hasn't broken this low just yet. So again, you could be looking to see right now, if you're going to take a buy trade on here, even though the trend is extremely bearish, you would have entered here. Stop loss would have been below these lows. So you'd had about 65 pip stop loss. And of course, you'd be looking to take your trade up to maybe something like this for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trade on EU right now. But what we are seeing straight away is here on this candle, it has failed to break this area. So it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, the market's closing, it's the end of the month. It's going to be NFP week next week. So it's better to wait to see what it does if you're not in this trade. So I would wait. Ideally, you want to see the market come back down to this level again, break through this level, come up, come back down here. And here is where you want to get your entry for your long-term buys. Of course, it can still do other things, but in theory, regardless of what it does between all these levels, that's what you're technically looking for. If it is going to buy, you want to get your entry in around this area. Now, of course, a new market structure might start to form, so it doesn't have to be directly here, but we can see because there was a previous level of market structure that we can see it's rejecting off of as well right now. This level obviously means something. So you want to be looking for a continuation here for the trade. If not, and you want to be, you know, the super trader, like I caught GBP CHF like this, then you just look for your entry here. And this is, I caught GU as well. You could have took your entry here, or you would have took it from down here and see what happens. But of course, because the market is very bearish, you're more at risk of losing if it's not establishing market structure to tell you you're creating an uptrend. So this will be a double bottom trade into a higher low re-entry here, showing you that on at least a 4-hour time frame, the market structure is starting to build an uptrend, which gives you at least a nice higher time frame analysis of what could be happening with EU. So I'm looking for buyers on EU. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm not looking for any types of sells. I'm only looking for the market to literally do what I said. So when it does this, boom, this will be one of the trades I'll be probably calling out and saying, yep, I'm looking for a continuation on EU. But for now, I need to just see how the market starts next week. You see all of that. Can't make an assessment on it straight away until I start seeing that. So I'm not in the trade. So I'm just waiting. So hopefully that answers EU for you, basically. And you see how quick I just did my levels. Like, it's not even a joke, people. That is how quick it is. You don't have to worry. And then when it basically breaks up through this level, now this will become not a resistance no more. I'll just change it to a support, literally like that. So it breaks above that. I'll just literally click on this, go to my templates, and then I'll just say 4-hour support. That's what I'll do. Done. And I can just do that every single day at the end. And most times, if I'm not in the pair trading it, I can just do it at the end of Asian session. I'll just go through all my pairs that I have marked up. And then and most times I mark up all the trades that I'm looking at in my level 2 version of my tags and my level 3. Anything that's in the level 1, like gearing up for a trade, I'm not probably going to mark it out because it hasn't even done its breakout yet. So I just won't even do it. So just like that. Let's go into US 30, you said. I believe I already have this marked out. Here we go. So I've got this. And this is a trade I was looking for, a continuation of a buy, but market structure failed. So I actually came up as a neo level 1 trade here today, I believe. No, not here. It came up here as a neo level 1 trade, and it was holding. You can see it was holding this level and even bought off this level. But yeah, the news. This is what news can do. So as soon as I started seeing the 4-hour candle opened from which candle it was here now, yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, when I started seeing the 4-hour candle, this one at first was going bearish. This is when I pretty much just said, nah, I'm closing this trade. I'm not in it, regardless of what happened, because I could see market structure starting to break. I wasn't in it. And then this was the Michigan release, room price all the way back down, took anybody out that had an idea of trying to buy price. So this is what EU could do, basically. This is why I said you got to wait for the market if you want to be safer to actually form structure. How do you save market? Have you got a paid version of TradingView? You need to have a paid version, basically. So if you've got a paid version, it should automatically save it. I believe it should be here. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Yes, here. So save all charts for symbols and intervals on your layout. So you can just press, for me, it tells me press Command and S, basically. So it should be one of the things up here. You should be able to set it, save it. If you just look at the side here. No problem at all. It's a break of structure. So BOS is a break of structure for me. It's more, I go more into that into mentorship, by the way. So you can just see it. But a break of structure is the same thing. It's literally, I kid you not, people. When you try and, this is why I said, people would want me to come on this Zoom, yeah, and any Zoom and then YouTube. This is why you don't see me making YouTube videos every day. I kid you not, yeah. A lot of the time, people are just making YouTube videos because they're just trying to regurgitate information for you. The chart is going to do the same thing. Either it's going to buy or it's going to sell. What I'm showing you now is like the most simple way you could ever trade Forex. There's no point trying to overcomplicate the life out of this thing. Draw a bunch of lines and it's either going to reject off those lines by itself. Now you have to understand the concept of what price is doing in terms of what, why is it going to a high position? Why is it going to a low position? Yes. But in terms of actually these fancy ways of how to enter trades and is this the right trade? I'm telling you, it's pointless. Look, this happened. Imagine a whole setup came, confluence is on the indicator, ready to go because the market structure is forming an uptrend, and then one news event just made all of that go to pan. So what's the point? Do you get it? There's no point of you thinking that you're going to have some super strategic way of getting into this market. One thing will knock whatever you're trading out of sync. So it's pointless. Trade what I've now started to use this term, which I got this term from Mark Douglas. People have probably heard of him before. Is trade probabilities, man. Trade probabilities, and probabilities mean that you keep your leverage at a certain level, so you only lose what you can actually literally afford to lose over a period of time on your account, and then what do you call it? Just enter the trade. Literally, enter the trades, man. Stop overthinking it. So yeah, that's what that basically is there. But again, you can just see break of structure as just support and resistance. Like, don't use fancy words. People use too much fancy words, and you see, I don't do that. And it's one of the main reasons I don't let people post charts in my Discord, because people are going to start putting 1,000 different fancy things just to seem sexy. I'm straight to the point when I talk. They just want to seem sexy. I don't know why. They want to trade Forex and seem sexy. Why they trade Forex? Don't do it to yourself. Like, they'll start showing you, this upside down levels and this, I call it the flying wombat strategy and all this stuff. It's not necessary, man. It's not necessary. What is this, people? This is a support level that was broken that now is a new resistance. It doesn't matter if I call it a break of structure. Some people are going to say, oh, no, this is a supply level. This is a demand level. So this is why you can see the accumulation that is. So I'm telling you, don't let them do it to you, people. Don't let them do it to you. It's either going to hit a support resistance, it's going to buy or sell. It's really that simple. Really that simple. Anybody else got any other questions? So when we're coming into US 30 right now, so the question was, is it going to go further than a level? So I just do the same thing now. So I do have all these levels up here. I'll leave this one for now. And let's just go to the monthly time frame quickly and see what we see. So US 30 just keeps selling. And I said it from, I think, the last Zoom anyways. There's liquidity down here. So if people are not aware of this, I have said it multiple times on YouTube. I've said it in the open group and I've said it in the free Zooms as well. I've done. This is a liquidity area. It's a liquidity area, meaning that there's a whole bunch of pending orders here. It's slippage in the market. So they push price away and they've pushed price down there and pushed it away quickly. So it's slippage. So there's money back down here that they need to collect. What do you mean by that, Jonathan? When they leave a wick, there's money they need to collect. So we can see on a monthly time frame, there's a huge liquidity pool around this area. So yes, now this is when you can use words, because liquidity is a real thing. So, and that is what the market's doing. And this is why I try to say that once you have the understanding of actually what the market's doing, actually to enter a trade is just buy or sell off of a support and resistance level. I kid you not. So this is a liquidity zone. And it's for me, it's a monthly time frame liquidity zone, because it's basically the monthly wicks left there. Yeah. And this is all US 30 is doing. It's not rocket science. It's just going to cover this liquidity. And at some point, it's going to find the bottom either here. It's either going to cover it all the way here, maybe go a little bit more if it needs to, or it's just going to literally stop maybe when it covers enough of it because it's grabbed enough of its money, and then it's going to go and reverse after that. So if we're looking at where price can stop, I can't see no clear monthly levels here anymore. So let's just go to a weekly time frame and see if we can see anything on the left over here. So yeah, when we go down here, here's a monthly level, and realistically it hasn't actually hit this monthly this weekly level. Sorry. So that was the monthly level, but I'm going to change this because we can see it's already broke that level. So I'm just going to change this to the weekly level. So I've got a level right down here. I'm going to go okay. And again, I'm just using that level there so people can see, because there's the body of the candle there. You can see, look what's happened. Price went perfectly to that level. Let's go down to a lower time frame, and what are we seeing? As soon as it hit that level, remember that level already existed. Remember what I'm saying here, people. That level already existed, not me cherry picking anything. So this rejection was already almost foretold because that level already existed pretty much. So as we're seeing this rejection here, it doesn't mean it can't continue to sell, because on a higher time frame, we can see it's still got a bit more liquidity to go down towards. We see if now when you go to your time frame, you can see now all the liquidity it hasn't covered yet is down here, you see. So price can still sell to any of these levels, but now we're on a 4-hour time frame. We can see more support and resistance, but I didn't go to my daily time frame first. So when I go to my daily time frame, what do I see here, people? See how this is very simple. This is why I say I'm just teaching people this way. Like as a mentorship, I'll go through what I call certain zones and stuff. I will teach you those fancy words people use so you can just understand them for the sake of understanding them. But the basics of trading, for anyone to get into trading from the get-go, I'm giving you the information right here. You know, there's not much more. I can't lie to you in that terms. But to learn like, oh, what is actually doing in this phase and what's happening here and all this type of stuff, yeah, that's extra stuff for you to know, because it just, enlightens yourself. But it's not what you need to know to actually start entering trades or to actually become, at least small time consistently profitable. I kid you not. So let's go here. So this was a daily support right there. And now there we go. I've got my level already. So if price goes down, breaks this level next week and goes down to this level here, this is what I'm looking for, a rejection of this level. As we saw, there was a previous huge buy of this level. And I look for the continuation of the trade. I look for the breakout, the retest, the continuation. Like, keep it simple, man. Don't overstress it. And if you want to look for intraday trades, then what do? You just go down your time frame, and you might catch a quick scalp buy level if it here, if it goes down there, to this level here. Literally that. But look, so you can see that rejection that happened there. Let's go down to a 15-minute time frame. So it isn't the best rejection you're seeing off this level right now, but you might have entered here for a buy. You could have snatched some pips right there. Even if you didn't enter there, you could have entered on a 5-minute time frame to get in better. So in a 5-minute, you've seen this rejection over here. You might have entered here for a quick trade up to this level here. This is how you can do that. Like literally stuff like that. Obviously, the more you do stuff like this, you can lose trades more. This is why I said you need a better risk to reward. So you need 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to whatever, because it could just do this and then reverse quickly, because the higher time frame trend is obviously very bearish. This is why I don't personally trade scalps like that all the time. I do them very few. I trade more, wait for the whole market to show me its cards, literally show me its hand. So it's already started to create the trend. And then I try and catch the retest, basically. And I'm not right all the time, but when I am, you catch crazy pips like GBP CHF. You saw it's 300 pips like that. So yeah, anybody got any other questions? That was US 30, dirty 30, as they like to call it. That was that one there. Let's go into let's do this. Someone was going to wrap up the Zoom soon, so if you've got questions, please feel free to ask them. We must be going an hour. I want to say thank you for your time. It's free sessions. Yeah, no problem at all, man. It's no problem. Like I said, it's obviously it's nice, quick. I'll put it on YouTube for people to be able to, just go through it. It's like a little homework session is what I see for people, and to go over it, like I said. And yeah, I have a markup of gold as well. I'll show you that. I'll give that trade. Like I said, I'm far from like some greedy, mentorship, buy my service type of person. The main reason why I tell people to buy my service is because I can't explain all of this stuff in a text, basically in a direct message. And you can see even on this impromptu, like let's call it even a joke like Zoom, in terms of I'm cooking food and I'm, Zooming with you guys, basically. It still is a lot of information that to pass on to someone. And, you do need some type of mentorship. Everything I've learned, I never learned by myself out of nowhere. I've joined courses, I've done this, I've done that, I've researched information, I've paid for indicators. I've told people I paid £1,000 for an indicator. I kid you not, people. I paid £1,000 for an indicator. And do I use that indicator like as my beat all and everything indicator today? No. So I just want you to know that I've done all this stuff. I kid you not, people. I've done all of that. I've spent hours and hours testing hundreds of indicators on here on TradingView. My TradingView indicator list is insane. It's absolutely insane. I'm telling you, literally, I've got stars on almost every indicator they've got there. gone through all of them, checked all of them, what they do on time frames, all these types of stuff. So again, this was a very clear gold trade. Like I said, I gave this trade out. This was what they say, more bueno. I can't say it probably, but it's bueno. The trade was good. It was good. You can't, come on, man. Everyone kept quiet, man. Nobody even said, John, thank you, John, man. Thank you. This is what is this? 1 pip drawdown? 1 pip drawdown. 1 pip drawdown on a 1,000 pip trade. People say, John, is 1,200 pips. Remember, bear in mind, I gave this trade out here. So right now, so this will be in the YouTube video. Explaining I gave out this. So this is 1,800 pips. And then you had a re-entry that I gave out from the last Zoom here. And then I told everyone, look, the same thing's happening right now as we speak. I haven't, listen, guys and girls, I have not changed these levels. I haven't even made it complicated. Let's go to the 4-hour chart so you can see what I'm saying. Look, if I'm lying, I'm flying, people. I haven't even changed these levels. Look. What do you see here? You're seeing stuff off this level. This chart has been like this from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. This is how important this is. Don't worry about what everyone else is teaching you. Stop worrying about what they're doing and their monster strategy and their this and their that. Draw some lines, buy or sell, win or lose. Simple. Keep your leverage in check and stop trying to grow £100 account into a £1 million account within 6 months. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen if you don't have no knowledge of Forex. The best thing for you to do is to get a prop firm account. And that's what I'm doing in my VIP service at the moment. I'm teaching people how to actually get into prop firm accounts and actually try and realistically set yourself up with risk to grow those accounts in order for you to pass them. You're not going to pass on your first goal every single time. It doesn't happen. But what will happen is that there's a series that I told you, probabilities is what we trade now. So really, I don't like to call myself a swing trader, a scalper or anything. I like to call myself a probability trader. I trade probabilities. So in one of the runs when the market's in play, like this was a good run here for gold. If I was able to have had a prop account from April, let's just say March or April, I would have been able to take this trade and possibly pass a phase in the account or make money on the account, basically. So, or pass 2 trade phases on the account, if so. So something like that. So let's go here. Prop firm funded. Yeah, prop firm is a funded account, basically. So it's a funding account and it's more realistic for you to trade that way, because what happens when you've got small money, you can't take more probabilities, again, is what I'm saying. So if there is 4 trades that are ready to be taken in a day, when you're starting to put in a smaller account, you're putting too much stress on that account. The account is screaming. It's saying, save me, stop using me like this. But there you're just there pressing the button, buy. So, but when you've got a bigger account, forget the fact that they put you in a time scale and all this type of stuff. What they're actually doing for you is they're letting you trade probabilities and letting the account breathe, basically, which is helping you. It's what the account's doing. I'm telling you, screaming for help, and people are still there. And then they'll come back in the general group and I say, John, I've blown my account. I'm like, how much is your balance? And they'll be like, £200. Of course, bruv. You expect? So I'm trying to trade a 20 lot on gold on a £200 account. You got to stop doing this thing where you're trying to trade and that trade is your be all and end all. These trades will come, but they're not going to happen every day. And this is why, hear what I'm saying, people, this is why you see people that make 200K. I know people probably heard of one guy called Lambo Raul. He caught the trade from here, basically, and he made 200K. It's his biggest gold trade ever he's made, basically. And he caught it from here based on the same thing. So it's the same thing, exactly what I'm teaching you here. What did he see here? He saw a 4-hour level of resistance here. He was waiting for the market to basically come back to this level, either break this level or reject. He saw a rejection from this level. He saw a breakout right here. He saw a breakout right here. Very simple trade. Very simple. Like when I saw it, I commended it. I was like, yep. And I do rate him because, you know, he's what's going on here? Oh, no wonder. Drawing on the chart. Didn't mean to open that. Let me close this. I saw it and I was like, yeah, it was a clean setup based on how I would trade, basically. And you can see straight away here, he caught this break of structure right here, and then he entered. He literally entered. So as soon as this broke on a 4-hour time frame, I believe he entered, he held his trade. His stop loss, I think, was either here, it was, I can't remember what he put, it was in between this zone anyway. And then, yeah, he caught this and he made $200,000 on a trade. There you go. And that's the level you get to after 5, 6, 7, 8 years of trading. Good trades. You're going to get them. You're going to get them. But notice, does Lambo Raul come to you every day and say he's made 200K every day? No. You'll see he casually says, I made 18K, I made 10K, because obviously he's got an account size to make that type of wealth on account. That's probably only using like 2 to 3 to 4%, maybe max 5% of his account. But he's comfortable doing that now because he's comfortable with understanding winning and losing. And he would wait for setups, like I've said here, literally at this level here. So I can see why he probably never took this one, even though this was a better entry, because there was liquidity all the way up here. This is a massive wick on the monthly time frame. This whole area is a liquidity zone. So he never took this trade because obviously, if he could have with a tight stop loss, in all fairness, but maybe he missed it. I think he was in another country as well, to be fair. I remember seeing some of his other videos. Him and some other guys were in another country, so maybe that's why I missed it. But there was a liquidity area here, so it could have just spiked and broke that level. But even here, you can see there was a 4-hour doji reversal engulfing off of this level. You could have got in right here, stop loss above this level, and he would have made $500,000 or $1 million if he caught this trade. That would have been a Lambo Row moment. He would have caught that one there. So yeah, it's crazy. 1997. I gave that level out. There was no bro, come on, man. Come on, people. Let's go to a 1 minute chart. Come on. We have to bask in the aroma of this right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see the drawdown. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Right, the 1 minute chart is crazy. This level even here. This level, the 1 minute chart. Right, there we go. Look, come on, people. Come on, man. This is a 1 minute chart. 7 pips drawdown. Crazy. 7 pips drawdown on that. Crazy. And now I just want to see this recent trade in the 1 minute chart. There we go. Look at this. So off of this level here, you've seen this. So it broke through. So even the fact it broke through, you could have been wrong. But when it broke back through again, and you've seen this, now you enter here, stop loss above this level. This is even from a 1 minute perspective. Stop loss above this candle here because you don't want it to break back through again. And then there you go. You would have made all this money on a 1 minute time frame, which is about another 200 pips like that if you entered on the 1 minute. But you can see what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you trade. This is why I said that thing about the gentleman at first. You could use a 1 minute entry once you start drawing your levels up. Literally, go draw your levels up. Support, yeah. There you go. So once you draw your levels up, it doesn't even matter if you're late because you still made money. The only thing, if you enter trades late, just lower your leverage because you've got to probably have a bigger stop loss. And yeah, you just take it from there. But you can even see it started to form here, more support resistance. So when it did this and dropped, you could have drawn a level of support resistance here. And this is how people trade, quote unquote, supply demand. They'll say, oh, there's a level here. And then they'll be like, if it comes back to this level, then, and it breaks back down for the sell, I'll get in. So you would have been, this is what I said, when you've got certain types of RR, yeah, so you can see 1 minute trade in short, you would have said, okay, I'm looking to get a trade in here, back down to obviously the low down here, yeah, and right there. So you see how your RR becomes crazy now. You got 12 times you could have been wrong here. So they might say, okay, I'm going to do 10 pips stop loss on gold to try and catch this trade down here, which still gives you a 9. So you could have been wrong this time when it spiked you out here. But then what do? You re-enter when it broke back through again here with a 10 pip stop loss. And then this time you was right, and you was more than right. And this is how people scalp. So you'd been right there. It never did it that time. But then when it did this, you drew another level. It never hit that level, but then it drew another level here. You drew this level, and then you did the same thing here. So when it came here, you would have been right again. And literally, that's what people do. They literally just do that. But again, for me, that's a lot of pressure because you've got to be watching this chart constantly and stuff like that. Maybe in the near future when I'm just joking and I'm just trying to see if I can grow an account to 1 million in one day, I might do something like that. But for now, I'm just trying to keep myself in a position where it makes me whatever I was making from X amount of other investments, basically. So in quote unquote, I try and make it like a yearly working salary Forex. So I'm good with being able to swing trade and just catching myself more. So I've got like 2x, 3x most times of what I used to make basically in a yearly salary. That's what I just do. I just keep it like that. Any other questions, people, before I go to my dinner and start making some food because I'm hungry. I need to put that together. Any other questions quickly? No problem at all. like I said, most of my Zooms, whenever I do them, they're going to be just like this. And I'll obviously be answering questions people have, but I'll be going over any of the pairs that we could possibly be looking at for trade setups. So if I do see anything, I might just make a YouTube video saying that we're looking at possible trade setups on this pair and this pair. But for now, I haven't seen anything so far. Probably JPYs, I might make a video on, but I'd really, no, I'll do a video on the JPYs, probably just a few, maybe 2 JPYs we'll be looking at. We got to wait to see what happens next week more than anything. That's why I said I'm not too sure if I'll make the video. I might make the video next week, because really, if you want to get a better entry, you need to wait for next week to see what they do. Because even when you go here, like we can see, it might go back to this level next week. So if you're not in this, you're looking at these levels for rejections. You're literally just looking at all of these levels for rejections, literally there. And then you've got EJ started to sell already, I believe. So same thing with EJ. You can see the same thing here. There's a level here. So there was this level, then a rejection, but then there's other levels it could reject off of. Up here, maybe, if it wants to go back up. So on. So if anything, I'll probably just do all the charts of the JPYs, and then I'll just give all the JPYs out to people. Yeah, so don't worry about that. I'll definitely do a video. I'll do a video on all the JPYs. I'll just mark out all the levels so it doesn't waste time in the YouTube video. And then I'll just say, yeah, which levels you're looking for. And it'll just basically be a trade call out for next week or the week after that. You should see it. So at least people have got the levels marked out that I can see, and then take it as it comes. Of course, we'll be looking for trades like that in the mentorship. This is what we do. So I'd be able to go more in depth every day and everything like that. So this is what you're getting in mentorship, basically, of me being able to do that. And hopefully finding a better entry, or if the entry appears to be wrong, I'm able to tell you, hey, this entry looks a bit fishy right now. Cut the trades. Like CAD JPY was one. We went in for a sell, and then I saw it start buying back up. So I was like, it's like cut it. But then after it did sell, this was our entry here, broke all the way down. We had an entry here, and then it pulled back. So when it started pulling back, I had a tight stop loss on this because I weren't taking no chances, of course, what JPYs have been doing. And then it did start to pull back. It started to, pull back. I came out of the trade with like maybe a 15 pip loss, nothing major. And then it held a resistance on this level, and then obviously sold down 100 odd pips, on Friday. There you go. So they held price this week all the way to Friday. Don't ask me why, crazy. So they held price all week and they did the biggest moves on Friday. And now I'm just waiting for it to either come back to this level again now and then sell back down, or realistically probably come back around to this level and then sell back down. It might not, it could just melt away. It depends. But that's what it is. You just gotta be patient. It's either you catch it or you don't. Trading for you, man. So yes, people, I'll leave it there. So it's not too long of a Zoom, so people can watch it, because they're probably gonna fall off anyway from the Zoom. They won't watch it for more than like 20 minutes. A lot of people, I get it. Some people obviously get busy in life and stuff like that. Yeah, they usually do with the whole smart money thing. They'll love to do that. But again, remember what I said, trade probabilities, people. Don't think that every trade you're going to enter is going to win. In fact, think that trade is most likely going to lose. So therefore, you're trading with the chance of being able to enter the same setup 3 or 4 times. This is what happens, or more. Do you get it? Don't trade the fact that this has to be the winning trade. If you do that, you put yourself in a position where you're stressing yourself out basically in trading, and you're letting their psychology get to you. You just trade it like, this trade's probably going to lose, but I'm going to enter. Like this one, I entered there, was wrong, cut it 15 pip loss, no problem. I could have entered again, but I was in GC, I was in the other pairs, so I wasn't interested even checking this. And by the time the entry came in, for me, I couldn't get back in because it was the school run. I had to pick up my son. So I just couldn't get in basically. Just is what it is. Can't catch every trade, man. So yeah. But again, like I said, I'll leave it there, people. If anyone wants to get into anything, the mentorship, which comes with Neo trading alerts, so you'll get alerts on most of these trade setups and stuff like that. Even if it's not this, you'll get a constant, even if you don't get the alerts, you've got constant technical analysis updates in terms of trades, or you'll have all the levels. I post all of them in a certain section in the Discord for VIPs on Sunday. So all the trades we're looking at, all these JPYs were in there, and all of the other pairs as well. based on my tag system, showing you which ones you are looking for immediate entries in this week and which ones you're waiting for a gear up for entries. So if you want to get into that, hit me up in the Discord, and yeah, man, you can hit me up in Telegram as well. But I don't have a Telegram group. You can just message me on Telegram, and then I'll basically just bring you to Discord anyway. So it's all good. So yeah, on that note, guys and girls, I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna love and leave you. Thank you very much for your time. It's lovely to have a nice roundup on Friday of some stuff. And yeah, you guys and girls have one as well. No problem, man. Thank you very much for the being around and hearing me out, people. I appreciate you guys and girls. So I'll see you later. And time to eat some chicken, man. I gotta eat some chicken. Some chicken. The chicken is calling my name, man. It's calling my name. All right, cool. Peace.